Yeah, the Vatican is just the Roman Senate. That's all it is. It's been morphing all the time. And he challenged them and he said, come on, I'll take you on, you idiots. And I'll show you that Plato, Hermes, Aristotle, Buddha, Krishna, Viracocha all said the same thing, and it was all just natural science. The vicarious salvation. What, you can't save yourself? If you're dumb, you can't. But if you're enlightened, yes, you can. The Christ is within. In fact, Colossians 1:27, 26 and 27, where the Apostle Paul says, the sacred secret from all times that was hidden from your eyes is now being revealed to you. And that is the glory of the Christ within. What was he talking about? Well, he's talking about there's a sacred fluid that is produced in your cerebrum, in the pia mater portion, the holy portion of the brain, right? At the claustrum, otherwise known as the holy claustrum or Santa Claus. And it goes down into the midbrain. It hits the pineal gland and the pituitary gland. It gets differentiated there. The pineal sends an electric portion of that fluid down the pingala. And then the pituitary gland sends a magnetic portion down the pingala. It goes down to the sacrum, here in the spine, and you have a nerve ending called the sacrum. Let's not use the word chakras because that's from the devil. Let's call them nerve endings or ganglion, and you'll find that in Gray's Anatomy. And I don't know whether Gray worshipped the devil or Santé or all those anatomists, so let's not disturb the Christians, shall we? That oil, otherwise known as Christos, the Christ within, goes down your spine after it's differentiated at these two glands, travels down the tree of life, which is the pneumogastric nervous system, feeding the lungs and the stomach, the tree of life. And then above that ganglion, there's the solar plexus. Remember that one, the fourth brain? That's called Bethlehem. Corresponds with Virgo in the zodiac. Virgo is, Bethlehem means the house of bread, because there is a seed born there, which is the bread of life. Jesus said, I am the bread of life. Not talking about a historical person, it's talking about this inner science of how if you raise that oil and return it back to God by tithing, by giving 10% of it back, because if you squander that oil in riotous living like overeating and drinking and lots of stuff, you ruin it, you spoil it. It never goes up. The reason it must go up to touch the optic thalamus, this little egg that sits on top of the spine. And this is why the Pontifex Maximus has got his staff and it's got a pineal gland or a pine cone on the end of it, because it's talking about the pineal gland at the top, right behind the optic thalamus. When the oil reaches there, that is when you get Christed. That's the crucifixion. And what happens is that oil vibrates 1,000 times more than when it was down here. And guess what? It reactivates all the dormant brain cells in your brain. And you've got trillions of them. Alcohol kills brain cells. It's a killer. That's why they love alcohol and they tax it and everything like that. And they tell you, that marijuana's bad. Cannabis, they call it marijuana because that's a legal term and they can herd you into court and send you to jail for it. But cannabis, they can't. Cannabis is the God plant. It's alkaline. But they'll give you plenty of alcohol because that's poison and it'll kill that seed. You kill that seed. And you get 12 opportunities to raise that seed, because every month when the moon is in your sun sign, a psychophysical germ is planted in Bethlehem. There's a little indentation in that solar ganglion, and that's where the seed is born. And you have an opportunity, when the moon is passing through your sun sign, in my case Aries, to abstain from sex and save that seed, and it'll go up, and you'll be Christed, illuminated.